Howdy fellas. The watch I'm going to be talking about today is the Seiko SNK 381. I'm sure there are a few other videos on YouTube about this one. It's an old Seiko 5 before Seiko decided to absolutely ruin the Seiko 5 logo by making it tacky and very similar to the Superman logo, and also jacking the hell out of the prices. This was the glory days of Seiko, in my opinion, when you could pick up countless little Seiko 5 watches for under $100. I bought this one in November of 2021 for $104 from Amazon. And I just checked before I made this video because I'm very, very, very thorough. And I saw that on eBay, you can get this watch now for $105.69. So in 3 years, this watch has gone up $1.69, which is not terrible. I mean, considering the fact that I think in that time, Rolex has increased their prices by an average of like $3,000 or $4,000 per watch. So yeah, could be worse. But they're not making these anymore, so if you do like it, snatch it up. The MACV-SOG, the modern MACV-SOG, as they say. And the reason this is called the modern MACV-SOG is because there is a special operations group in the United States military called MACV-SOG, or at least there used to be. I honestly don't know if they're still operational. But they were very active in Vietnam. And they wore a watch very similar to this, a very similar Seiko watch. I don't know if Seiko intended to kind of play on that theme when they created this watch, but if you do like that old MACV-SOG, this is as close as you're going to get without breaking the bank. Like I said, right now you can get this for $105. So, before we go any further, let's talk about size. I know guys are obsessed with size. Size is everything. How could you be a man if you don't know the size of things? Okay, guys. I usually use a cigarette lighter, a Zippo lighter, with a pinup girl on it, who I call the size queen. I couldn't find that lighter today. It's in some jacket pocket somewhere. So instead, I'm going to use one of my favorite patches for a hat that I have where you can switch out the patches. There he is, old Smokey. Smokey's going to help us with the size today. Remember, guys, if anyone tells you that socialism is a good idea, that person is not your friend, even if that person is yourself. Okay, the case on this MACV-SOG, 37.66 millimeters, nice and small, fits any wrist in the world. Thickness, 10.52 millimeters, nice and thin for the most part for an automatic movement. Lug width, 18.07 millimeters. The lug to lug, 41.65 millimeters. Again, this will fit absolutely anybody. The water resistance, 30 meters, also known as 98 feet. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, because I'm never wrong, and I know that none of you have ever gone 98 feet deep in the water. So you could wear this watch at all times. You buy it, you're done with watches. You could use it to swim, you could use it to snorkel, you could use it to surf, you could use it to shower, you could use it to do anything that involves water. It's not going to break. Everyone's obsessed with depth ratings. It's just a pissing contest. This is good enough. The price, oh, we're there already, blah, 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 blah. The strap, oh, the strap. I always say it, I say it in almost every video, it seems like. I like a flared strap. See how it flares out around the lugs? I like that. I like bun straps. I'm one of the guys who likes bun straps, and I do realize though that they're cumbersome bun straps. I tried to make a pun there, it didn't work. Bunderson, whatever. Fuck you. They flare out around the lugs. I like that. So, one of the only one of these kinds of straps that I could find that's made of leather, that's affordable, is from a company called Vario. I believe they're located in Singapore. And they make these watches, or I'm sorry, these straps for the Casio World Time. That's what this is designed for, but it just so happens to fit this pretty perfectly, in my opinion. So I bought it, and yeah, I think it was like 29 bucks, so you can't beat that. I was trying to think of what do I like about this watch, because I used to wear this watch every day for well over a year. This was one of the only watches I had in my early watch collecting days, and I just loved it. I loved everything about it. And it just, for some reason, slowly but surely started to not get worn as often, and I pulled it out today, and I was looking at it, and I was like, what exactly do I like here? I mean, it's not a bad watch by any means. It's quite nice. The price is right, that's for sure. It looks nice. It's all you would ever need, but I don't know. I I just really think I'm pretty much over mechanical watches. I don't, the idea of like I had to set the time on it today, I had to set the date for this review, blah, blah, blah. I know woe is me, but like, I just want a pain in the ass. And it's so inaccurate. Inaccurate sounds right. And I just am a huge fan of quartz. I like quartz tool watches. And it's just, I don't know. This is fun when you're young and just getting into this hobby. And I know a lot of people are turning this video off right now and saying, sacrilege, sacrilege! But I don't know. I just feel like this is, like they slap a transparent case back on it. Why? Oh, because people like things that move, and it's like putting a shiny thing out for a crow. What do I like about this watch, though? Okay, let's stop being negative. I like the lume on this watch. The lume on this watch is fantastic. It's Lumibright. It's probably not the most modern grade of Lumibright. I'm sure they've improved it over the years. This is probably a watch, honestly, that came off the, the factory floor 10 years ago, something like that. I'm sure they've improved it quite a bit since then. But I love it. It really does last all night long. If you give it a good charge before you go to bed, you wake up at 4 in the morning to pee. If you have prostate problems, like I do, you'll be able to know what time it is. You'll be able to track your pee schedule. It has Hardlex glass on the front and the back. And I know a lot of guys are like, but I like Sapphire. Sapphire is better. Sapphire is very nice, and it doesn't scratch, and that's great. But the reasoning I heard that Sapphire was ignored by Seiko for so many years and they developed Hardlex is because Hardlex is a little bit more flexible. It won't shatter. And if it does shatter, it won't, I guess from what I understand, it'll crack more, almost more like plexiglass than Sapphire. Sapphire truly will shatter like glass, so not always very good. I love that it says the jewel count right here on the dial. I always find that to be a very charming little addition to a mechanical watch. Hanhart does it best, in my opinion, with their 1954 Steve McQueen watch that I can never quite remember the name of, but I'll put it up here on the screen. It always says Handhart, and then it says the jewel count underneath, and it just looks so old school and charming to me. I always think if they're gonna put text on the dial of a watch, I don't care about the water resistance for a watch. I think I've made that very clear already, even in this video. I care about the jewel count. One of those pieces of information is, I suppose, more important, but one of them is more charming, and that is the jewel count. The day date here. I find the day date to be the most useful complication in all of watchmaking. I don't know if you guys, there we go with some light. I find the day date to be the most useful complication in all of watchmaking. I want to know the day and the date more than I want to know the time. I truly do. I don't know if it's because of the job that I have. I'm constantly looking at the date. I'm constantly forgetting what day of the week it is. Maybe I have early onset Alzheimer's. I don't know. But I can pretty much guess what time it is just based on life experience. But my God, I can never remember what day of the week it is. Put a day date on a watch. I know so many guys hate dates, and I don't understand that at all. But what I don't understand even more is why so many watch companies have foregone the day. The day is just as important as the date, watch companies. Put it back, please. For God's sake, put it back. Another thing about this watch that I don't quite understand the thinking behind is the handset. The handset to me seems a little bit feminine. The MACV-SOG that I believe this is referencing did not have this handset, and I think they would have been better off putting something like that on. It looks a little bit more appropriate. Like I said, these just kind of look like a little bit dainty. And other than the ones that are on that original MACV-SOG, I can't think of any other hands that would look appropriate on this. So, maybe Seiko went through all the options and realized that these were the least distracting. I don't know. But I do think that might be something that they could improve on this. Not that they're ever going to, because this is out of production, but something needs to be a little bit more masculine there on the dial as far as the hands go. I always love a dial with Arabics on it. Some watches, a lot of dive watches, they have, stick indices, things like that, or blocks, or what my girlfriend calls ice cream sandwiches. Those are all nice, they look nice, but give me Arabic so that I can glance down and tell the time in half a second. What else is there really to say? I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever buy a mechanical watch again. And I pulled this out today, I wore this a little bit, and I just thought to myself, I guess I'm kind of done here. Any watch that I buy from now on, the watch that, like, if I could have my dream watch right now, it's a Breitling Aerospace. It's nothing mechanical anymore. Maybe that Vacheron Constantin 222, however you pronounce the company's name, that 222 watch is awesome. Solid gold, that thing probably weighs a ton. It just looks fantastic. It looks so old school. I'd take that in a second. No doubt about it. That's the one mechanical watch that I would absolutely drool over. But as for the rest of it, like I said, just give me a quartz watch. This is nice. Nothing wrong with it. They didn't do anything wrong. I guess I'm kind of over it. Nice short lug to lug. Looks good on anybody. I'll put up some video here of me wearing it so you guys can check it out on the skinniest wrist imaginable. Mine's a 6-inch wrist. But yeah, I just think quartz watches get so much hate, and when I pulled this out today, it made me love my quartz watches even more. So I guess I'll keep it around for that reason. And you know, look, I'm never going to get any money for this watch by selling it, so I'll always keep it, and it'll always be something there to throw on every once in a while just for fun. But yeah, I just don't have a whole lot of good to say about it at this point. I'm over it, guys. I'm over it. Watches are stupid. Put your money into some kind of investment instead. Buy a house. Buy a truck. Buy something. Buy a case of beer. Something you're going to get some use out of. Mechanical watch, you're going to wake up tomorrow morning, it's not going to be working anymore. What a pain in the ass. Who would buy something like that? Oh, we're all so stupid.